heard Lisa talk about that not all GLP-1s are equal, created equally. And I'm going to scream that from the top of the mountains because if you think about the synthetics that started about 10 to 15 years ago, they are not the synthetics that are here now. And the landscape has changed. And I'm going to tell you, I'm so excited that the landscape is changing even more and that we have a natural option. Because those of you who know the synthetic woes have seen issues with side effects. And what I love about doing this naturally is you're not going to see the same side effects. So as you read through the human clinical study, you're going to see that we didn't see the same GI side effects and we didn't see the muscle loss that we see with synthetics. So, are there other companies that are going to promise and underdeliver? Yes, but here we are going to say that we have a patent pending product that is just incredible. And we want you to look at all of the science here. So, next slide, please. So it is dual activation. That is our first part. So the MB core are two capsules that are directly activating GLP-1 release from the L cells. And then you have MB enhance, which is a powder blend that is really supporting that microbiome, allowing for GLP-1 optimization to happen at that cellular level further inside the intestinal cells. And the biggest importance here is those of you who know science, short chain fatty acids, and they are a fuel for your microbiome. You have to have a healthy microbiome in order for GLP-1 to even be released properly. So it's a natural system in our body, and you can activate GLP-1 release from those L cells. Next slide. And not only are we activating GLP-1 release, we are amplifying this as well. And so the mind body GLP-1 system is amplifying GLP-1 production by increasing the GLP-1 receptors and decreasing the enzymes that break down GLP-1. Specifically, we looked at DPP4. So that's incredible to show that we are not only activating it, but we are amplifying it. And that is why this is such an incredible system to be able to use with on all of your health journeys, right? So many of us want glucose homeostasis and to have normal, normal blood sugar levels, maintaining them in a healthy range. We want to quiet food noise. Think about all the benefits of GLP-1 that we're looking at. It's not just weight loss. This is an incredible system in all of our cells, no matter what journey we are. As we age, GLP-1 is reduced. And because of the type of world we live in, as far as the food, our stress levels, that is further going to be reduced as we age. And so, what if we could turn back the clock? Where have you heard that saying before, turning back the clock, and increase GLP-1 naturally to avoid the side effects that we see with synthetics? Next slide, please. And so the first study that we wanted to go over here is that in vitro results. And that's just incredible because what the cell study showed is that GLP-1 production was increased by 54%. That is just amazing to me. And you can look at all of the genes that were activated and are part of this slide. And if you go on to lifevantage.com and you click on the GLP-1 system, mind body system, if you scroll down a little bit, you can click on the actual science page. And I'm going to encourage all of you because we want this to be plain and simple tonight for you to think that there is hope out there and there's something else to look at and find the gift of health. And so go on that page and click on it and go in depth. Those of you who love science, go in depth and read it. It is so well written. Next slide, please. And so the human clinical study, 60 participants. What I love is I think there was less than four people who dropped out. That's incredible. Third party did this. And what I love is by the end of 12 weeks, you're seeing an average weight loss of 9 pounds. I always tell people a healthy way of weight loss is 1 to 2 pounds a week. And that's what we were able to see here is an average of 9 pounds in 8 weeks and up to 25 pounds in 12 weeks. And some people say, why is there a difference? And I'm going to tell you, look at our bodies, look at how different our bodies are. So there's going to be a difference when you, in our weight loss journeys. And some people are looking for optimization. That's me. I'm not looking to lose weight. I'm looking to optimize. This is a tool that you can use as we are learning to biohack our bodies and slow down that aging process. And so with this average of 140% in 12 weeks, this is just incredible. There's no other study out there that is showing this right now. And so again, you can go online and you can see this, that they showed a reduction in food noise. They're not snacking as much. They're not hunting down food, in between meals and after dinner and before bedtime. This is a gift. This is a gift, really. I think the biggest thing that I see in weight loss medicine is food noise. And the fact that you're not thinking about your next meal, or I've had people tell me that from a young age, they used to watch how much other people would eat because they didn't have that satiety factor to know when they were supposed to be full. And with GLP-1, I'm seeing this, and that's so incredible to give that gift of satiety, of feeling full and feeling like you can put down your fork and push away the plate. And not only that, not have to go for seconds because you didn't get those satiety cues. So this is what I love. Go on to the website, as I mentioned, and read through these studies. They're incredible tools for us to use and to validate what we are online here talking about tonight.
Yeah, and I
Next.
also just want to give a plug. There's also a video too that walks through all the studies so that if you're more of someone that is an audio learner, you can listen to it as well besides reading it. So there's multiple options on there as well. And something I just want to touch on real quick that I love about our research process here at LifeVantage is that we are incredibly thorough. So we want to understand exactly how our products are working before we even put them in anyone's bodies. And so that's the importance of the in vitro study that we just were talking about in the last slide, is before we even gave samples to anyone, we already knew that we could increase GLP-1 in cells by 54% in that study, and we could influence all the genes that went along with it. And then the incredible part was when we did put it in people's bodies and did this human clinical through this independent research site, we saw even increased GLP-1 levels, which aligned with all of the other pieces that Melody was talking about. And so I love the traceability that we have through all of our studies to really understand how our products are working. So we're not guessing at it and just crossing our fingers, hoping for results. We know that we're going to get good results because we've put in the work, we've chosen the right ingredients, put them together in the right ratios, tested them on the cellular level, and then introduced them to subjects. So I just wanted to interject a little bit, but then I want to move on to your next slide, Melody.
No, I love that you did interject and you put that because, as a formulator, we love to know how how these are done. We always like to look at how the study is done. And I think for me as a practitioner, what I love is being able to discuss that because I can tell you how it works inside the body. You're able to say, tell us like how is, we're formulating this, this is what we're looking at, and then we get to say this is how we're going to implement it. And so that's where I'm here telling you, in my obesity medicine training, we looked at the neuropeptides of PYY and PPY. And for you to come back and tell us that those were, increased and that GLP-1 was increased and that DPP4 enzyme activity was decreased, like I was doing backflips already. Couldn't wait for this to come to light because we know those pathways. Those are the pathways we have to understand. And I'm going to tell you in the past, there's been a failure of prescriptions to come to try to hit those types of, to get those types of responses. And to know that we have this now is just amazing. So anyway, I think I'm making it more trying to make it more layman's terms than going really into depth. So I love that you were able to throw that in there, Lisa. And I will tell you this, how am I going to implement this and what am I going to be doing? Well, like everything else, everybody has their own personal health journey. And I love that I have an option to do that today naturally with my patients as well as my friends and family who are always coming to me and saying, what about this fad diet or this fad medication or this? And, and I'm always someone who's going to give them the pluses, the minuses, and encourage them to find what's best for them. And now I have another tool in my tool belt because I'm always about activation. How do we reduce oxidative stress? How do we help our collagen? Now I've got something to help GLP-1 release. And so this is just naturally going to be something that I speak about as a healthcare provider and as a physician. This is exciting to me to be able to implement because not everybody wants a synthetic. And I'm seeing lots and lots of side effects. And as people get to their goals, they want to know what else they can do. And I've got an extra tool now to use for those who don't want to use a synthetic, who had side effects, who have reached their goals and wanting to know how to further optimize. And like I said in the beginning, it's not all about weight loss. Some of us have food noise. Some of us are looking to optimize and wanting to know all the beautiful benefits of what GLP-1 can do in our body. We have receptors throughout our body, not just in our gut and in our stomach. There are receptors in our brain. That's why we call it the mind body. The vagus nerve tells us, our brain, what's going on in our GI tract. And we have these receptors everywhere. So increasing GLP-1 is going to do more than just weight loss, in my opinion. And we have the proof when you do the studies, just looking up where's a GLP-1 receptor in the body.
Very much so. That's one of the things when we were looking at GLP-1 as a target, why it was so interesting to us, because we got the question early on when we were developing this system, is LifeVantage just going to become another weight loss company? Are we going to be approaching it like everyone else? And it was very important to my team as we were developing and choosing targets that we chose a target that was focused on health. And as we were looking at balancing GLP-1 levels, we saw that it went beyond just weight. It went beyond weight to this gut brain connection. It went beyond it to, we see neuroprotective benefits of GLP-1, the hormone. We see cardioprotective benefits of the hormone as well, along with helping to ensure the health of plenty of the different organs throughout our bodies. And so as you address this one target, you are really looking at holistic health instead of just focusing on outward appearance. It is really a more holistic health approach, which is really important to me as both a scientist and a product developer and as a mother of two teen twins and then one that's almost a teen. I see them growing up in the world and I see them having different body types. And how we talk about food, how we talk about weight is incredibly important because everything that they hear is factoring into their brain. And by talking about it and emphasizing the health and fueling our body and empowering our body, we are giving them the right message of focusing on health instead of just focusing on how people see you, which I think is incredibly important as we give hope with this product. And so, Melody, so you're going to be talking to your patients. How do you see this as a way to grow your LifeVantage business? How are you going to use this tool to propel yourself to EC1?
I'm just so excited about this because, as I mentioned, I love giving patients the options and the tools to live their best life. And so this came at the right time in our life 10 years ago. I've been a part of LifeVantage when we were looking at not only just our health, but what was something that I could offer as well in order to better the health of patients, as well as a business opportunity. I'll just do this really quick. So back in 2005, 2006, when I came out of residency, my medical director at the time literally told me, "You're going into internal medicine. You will never make money. You will always have to figure out something else to do to make money." And I thought to myself, I just finished, like, this is my first job. How do you burst my bubble like that? But I'm so thankful that he said something like that to me because it then threw into my mind. I always want to do the best for my patient, but I also want to do the best for my family. And so that led me into further getting certifications in other areas like hyperbaric medicine and medical aesthetics, because these were things that I felt were important and made me separate from others. But then I learned about LifeVantage in the way of having a type of income from direct sales, and I'm going to tell you it's beautiful. I had never heard about it before, and if it wasn't for Protandem and the science, I wouldn't have looked at this company. I'm just being frank with you. And so it has been a blessing because with by doing this, I have allowed myself to have another type of business to support my family, that I was able to open my own practice just 5 years. It'll be 5 years, and just be able to do something I have already a passion for, health. It's just it became a streamline. This is easy for me to talk about, and it's very easy for people to say yes or no to, because either you want to be healthy or you don't. Either you want to work towards aging slower or you don't. So for me, it fits perfectly into my lifestyle, and I absolutely love the opportunity to grow this as a business. And LifeVantage has been incredible at supporting me and my practice, and all of us who decide to be affiliates of the company and grow our LifeVantage business. So it's a win-win, and I've made so many friends, colleagues. It's a great networking system. So I have nothing negative to say.
That's so awesome. And how have you seen in the last, well, because we just launched on Friday, how much easier is this conversation around GLP-1 and mind, body, and weight loss than some of the conversations maybe you've had to have in the past trying to explain the importance of oxidative stress and the NRF2 pathways? How more receptive are people to this message? What have you experienced so far?
Can I say it's night and day?
I can only imagine because I've gotten the same response as I talk about this science. Everyone's like, okay, yeah, no, I get this.
They're like, just give it to me. It's like, you said GLP-1, you had me at GLP-1, just give it to me. It's totally different than and before. They're like, I would say other people like, how do you explain that? What am I taking? What's an well, they wouldn't say what's an antioxidant, but they'd be like, there, what is NRF2? Collagen became easier to talk about, but this is like people are telling me, when does this come out? Just sign me up. Just get it. I just need to get it in my body. I think it's just the world we live in as well. You say weight loss, and people say, I don't care what I have to do, just give it to me. Even though I really want to teach people how to lead a healthy life, this is definitely an easier topic to discuss. Hands down, night and day, I agree with what you said.
Yeah, I think this is a way to get people in the door because I think a lot of people are looking for this. And then they start seeing the results. Because one thing about weight loss and the kind of transformations we're seeing is they're very demonstrable. So you feel it, you see it. People are going to say things to you because you're going to look and just exude confidence from this, which you don't always see on other products that are maybe a little bit more like there's a lot happening on the inside, but you don't necessarily, it's not as demonstrable. It's not like you're seeing wrinkles go away or anything like that. But a product like this can get someone in the door. And then you can, that trust builds, you can have conversations about other areas of health that you can activate because they've trusted you with this GLP-1 product. Then now they're more open to explore other areas of health to see what being fully activated in all of these venues really looks like for them. Because the people that we've seen that have been on this mind body product, because we had a group of 55 individuals who are on LifeVantage products. This is outside of our clinical trial that were on the products. The results that we were hearing, and we thought our results from our clinical trial were already phenomenal, and they are. But these people who were activated in additional ways, they were on our Protandim Nerve 2 Synergizer, were on our True Science Liquid Collagen. You just saw this acceleration in the results and what they were seeing and feeling. And so it just shows how all of these really science-backed products that are going right to the source all work in harmony and synergy together. So you see these just bigger and more demonstrable results overall because everything is being activated from the source. So before I turn it over and we talk a little bit more about the business side, Melody, is there anything you want to leave this group of healthcare practitioners, and I'm sure plenty of others who just wanted to hear you talk? What would you want them to leave with and go do next? Like, what's your call to action for them?
I am going to just kind of take this minute and say thank you very much. One, thank you for sharing this. To those of you who have invited people and then will share this, because I truly believe you have a gift right now to give people. Quieting food noise is really incredible these days and giving people an option to have better health and to make better choices. And I believe when we increase GLP-1 in our bodies, you are allowing that to happen because of that reduction in food noise. And then, as an obesity medicine specialist, I'm going to tell you this is a very sensitive subject. And please, please, please always be mindful of who you're talking to and the journeys that they've had, that they're on. Shame is really big in this. And so I'm going to say always do good, always be positive, share this as a gift. And if you think that this is only going to work by you doing nothing else in your life, I'm going to say, nope, you got to still have a healthy lifestyle. So work out so that you are helping your muscles because muscle is life as well. And eat right, support your system, and we have the tools to help you with that too. And so I had to put my doctor hat on and talk about it that way. It's a whole system. So, but thank you for developing this because now we have another tool to increase GLP-1 naturally, one that is clinically sound and natural. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Melody, for that reminder, because I think sometimes we can get so excited that we need to remember that everyone we're talking to is on their own journey, that they've all experienced life in their own way, and they all have so many feelings around this very sensitive subject. And so we just need to really approach them from a positive way, like you were mentioning, and just bringing hope and another option that they can explore so that they can feel like they can take control of their health. We're just giving them more tools in their toolbox. So thank you so much for sharing. Okay, with that, I want to turn it over to our VP of North America, EU, and Australia, New Zealand, Jake Hines, to kind of walk us through some of those next steps.
Thanks, Lisa. Melody, I think you're gonna have to make me the host so that I can turn my camera back on. Or they just don't trust me with that responsibility to do that, being the sales guy. But while she's doing that, listen, it's been kind of cool to sit and watch the chat. And what's very apparent to me, we have a lot of really, 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 really smart people on this Zoom because there are a lot of questions that I didn't even I tried to kind of filter through. So we've got a lot of really smart people. I don't know, Melody, if you can transfer host over to me. If you just kind of go up on the right, like little three bubbles, three dots, hover over me, it should allow you to make me the host.
I never took over host, Jake. I think Lisa brought me on. So let me see if I can do it still.
Okay, yeah, if you just hover over my picture and click on those three dots, it should give you the option.
Yeah, and I think while Melody's working on that, I do want to remind with all of the questions that we're seeing, Dr. Christina Beer from my team is answering some in the chat, but there's going to be some that we're not going to be able to get to. And so we have our product questions with an S at the end at lifevantage.com that you can send your questions to. It's sent to our team and we're responding very quickly to everything GLP-1. So please feel free to use that as a resource to ask questions that you may not have all the answers for tonight.
All right, were we able to figure that part out yet?
I apologize. I hovered over your picture.
There's those three little dots. If you click on those three little dots, it should give you the option to make me host. And it's just the picture up, the one like of the LifeVantage meetings where the logo is up there. It'll say mute or hover those little dots. But we can go ahead and I should see the indication, Lisa. You can go ahead and go to the next slide. Um, you guys don't want to look at my face anyways. Listen, so who are we, right? And as we talked about the incredible sciences, we've talked about the process and what our products do specifically with our new MB system. LifeVantage. I want to share a little bit about our company, noting that we've been featured in Newsweek. There are a lot of peer review studies that have been done on our product, specifically NRF2, and just the leadership. We're publicly traded on NASDAQ, and actually about a year ago, we had the opportunity to be able to ring the bell at NASDAQ, and you can see the picture of that. And also, we're a company that is very dedicated to giving back. Our legacy program, we're partnered with a lot of different organizations. We just recently raised a bunch of money for individuals that were impacted as a result of the hurricanes in Florida. And also, we just had a recent event where we had people bring diapers, and I don't know how many diapers we actually had brought in, but for an organization that provides diapers to mothers who need that and need that help. So we are the company's been around since 2009, and what I want to share with this is why are we having this call? And in 2005, there was a documentary that was done by ABC in regards to our NRF2 product. It was a primetime special, and the whole purpose of that was basically to debunk the claims that have been made around what NRF2 did in the body. And the result of that was actually the opposite. That they found that the results of utilizing that product actually was validated through the individual that did that ABC primetime special using the product. And the reason that I tell you that is in 2005, our product was actually being sold on the shelves at GNC, and it wasn't selling. And even after that ABC primetime special, the product still wasn't selling. And the reason it wasn't selling is that there was nobody there to really tell the story of why the product was so powerful and why it was doing and having the impact that it was having. And so in 2009, the decision was made to take that product and put it in this channel of direct sales, to put it in a channel where individuals like you, individuals like others that are partnered with us, our consultants and other practitioners, could go out and actually tell the powerful story of this product that was different than a normal supplement, that it was a product that you took and it actually empowered your body to make antioxidants. And I share that because of the significance of why are we here? It's the partnership. We want you. We need and want individuals that will go out and share the story and share the science and everything behind our products so that people understand the impact and why we are different. You can go to the next slide. And so really what we do, as opposed to a more traditional business model, is we say, listen, we're going to cut out all the marketers. We're going to cut out all the advertisers. Instead of doing a big commercial on the Super Bowl, instead of running traditional advertisement, we are going to partner with consultants, with individuals that are going to go out and tell our story. And we're going to take those dollars that generally normally would be earmarked in marketing and advertising, and we are going to pay individuals as they go out and share. And I think of it this way. It's something that we do all the time. We share our opinion. We share something that we love, whether it's a new restaurant or it's a movie that we go to, or it's a product that we've taken or a new type of athletic gear, whatever it is. And we share that opinion. And because we share that opinion, many times people will go purchase that product, or the opposite, if you don't like it, they may steer away from it. The difference is we pay you when individuals purchase our products as a result of you telling the story and the experience. And all of this science, like, it's amazing. It's so far over my head. And again, I'll say, like, the questions that are in the Q&A and even on the chat, like, there are some really, really smart science-based questions. But what's really powerful to me is when you go see the results, when you hear the testimonials, when you get to see the before and afters. And so sharing those, impacting people's lives by sharing the products and utilizing them, we pay you. And we've got three different ways that you can pay. What I love about the way that we compensate our consultants is, if you're somebody that just is all about acquiring customers and getting customers to utilize the product, our compensation plan, the way we pay, pays very, very well to build a residual type of income as a result of that. If you're somebody that wants to enroll customers, but also you're interested in building a team, we also have ways that you can be compensated. And I would just encourage you, whoever invited you on to tonight's call, get back with them and they can answer more of those questions. Go to the next slide. And so why LifeVantage? Why now? Well, our compensation plan is very relevant to the market and where we're at today. And so, like I talked about, it compensates whether you're a customer acquisition individual, you want to bring on customers, or you want to build a team. We have products that don't just supplement; they activate. And Lisa and Melody talked about that, where we're not supplementing the body, but we're actually providing the body what it needs to make what it is that's naturally there, whether it's antioxidants or it's GLP-1 or whatever it is. And we're full transparency because we're publicly traded. There's full transparency into our finances, where we're at financially, and all of everything that happens with our company. And so I think now, given what Lisa and Melody have talked about, is a very, very unique and special time. And the reason that I will say that is because there's kind of a synergistic culmination effect of what's happening in the marketplace, where the marketplace has already educated the market on what GLP-1 is. People connect GLP-1 with weight loss, but also, in fairness, the market's doing a really, really good job on talking about some of the side effects of utilizing and using synthetic forms of activating that, or producing GLP-1. And so where we're able to now introduce a two system product that attacks this issue and helps people with weight loss, helps them in producing their own GLP-1, I think the timing is absolutely unbelievable. So you can go to the next slide. And so, what next? Again, like I said, we want individuals like you. We need individuals like you to go out and tell our story. And one of the great things about this company is we have so many practitioners and doctors and chiropractors and physicians that are a part of this company that just deeply validate the science that goes into all of our products. And so there are a few different ways that you can get involved through one of our packs. But what I would do is encourage you, get back to the individual that introduced you and brought you on this call tonight. Get all of your questions answered. Find out what's the best way for you to get partnered with us and to begin to tell and share our story. And so with that, we are so grateful for all of you being on tonight. I know that you found the information that Lisa and Melody shared incredibly valuable. I know that there's been a lot of great questions that have been put into the chat and the Q&A. I know that they're working to get those answered. But again, we're super grateful for your time and grateful for your interest in what we're doing. And we hope that you join us in our mission to really impact and help transform people's lives from a physical perspective because of our products and how they're impacting people, from what we're taking and what it's making in their body, impacting and transforming people's lives from a honestly, from a financial perspective, because we're seeing that as people are getting involved and partnering with us and sharing our products. And then lastly, really from an emotional side, where we have an incredible community that people can be a part of as we're going out and we're impacting the world with these products. So thank you all so much for being on tonight. Lisa, Melody, thank you. You guys are incredible. And everybody have a great night. Please get back to the person that invited you and get all your questions answered. Have a great night, everybody.
Okay, thank you.